everybody, it's Colleen with Chalk Couture, and I am in yet again another new space. So you guys might have heard me say that my son Brandon came home last night, so we had a little bit of a late night last night and a bit of a whirlwind of change, but for the better. So I wound up changing rooms. So I came out of my dining room and I'm in our spare bedroom downstairs. So I moved things around. So I'm in my new craft room space. And I'm going to come in with a project that I am taking inspiration from another designer, Sage Roberts, who did an adorable patriotic gnome. And yet again, I am using a, I don't know if you guys maybe checked out on my personal page yesterday, I did an upcycled project. So I had, obviously the before that I showed yesterday. So all I did was paint on the back of it today. So I'm not going to worry about what's on the back side of it. I just put 2 coats of white chalk paint on it. And that's all we needed to do. I just need the primer in the background. And I know it's typically a no-no, but I'm using a very old transfer because I need it for the top of this piece. And I need it because of the lines on this. And this is actually our October 31st transfer. And so I just want to get it for the lines to do Uncle Sam Gnome's top of his hat. So, because I really am not good at painting straight lines, I'm going to use the lines that are perfectly on here for this transfer, okay? So, what we need to do first, as always, because this is painted with chalk paint, I want to wax it. So, let's go ahead and grab our wax. And let me grab some paper towels over here. And let's just get a very quick light layer of wax on here, since I forgot to do that before coming live. I don't want to mess up my transfer. I only really need to worry about the top because that's the only part that I'm actually going to be doing the chalking on. The rest, the bottom part, is just going to be his beard. So I have my glue gun plugged in off to the side. Okay, that's really all we need. So I just did like the top third with the wax. Whew, let's close that up. Okay, now we are good. So we're gonna get our transfer laid down on top, but we're gonna give it a quick fuzz first. So let's get our fuzzing cloth in here. And happy Memorial Day to everyone. If you're watching the replay, I hope you're having a fantastic day. We finally have sun here in New Jersey. Finally, the temperatures are supposed to go up a little bit today, so that's going to be nice. Okay, I think we're fuzzed. And I only need to come down, like I said, about 3/4 of the way down here, just because we're going to make the hat. So what I'll do is go maybe right to here with it. And I'm going to do it in our candy apple red. I think I have a little bit too much paste there, wax there. Okay, I'm just making sure there's no bubbles, and I'm feeling some bubbles, so let me get that back on here a little bit better. Okay, there we go. I may need to give this a little bit of water. Always use distilled water in your chalk paste. Again, this is an older candy apple, so we're just going to go ahead and make sure that that's stirred to a nice consistency, so it's going to go right through that chalk, that silk screen with no issues. So let's get that stirred nicely. Okay, there we go. That should do. Move that up and out of the way. And let's grab a squeegee and let's go to work. let's see, this is either going to be an epic fail or it's not going to come out quite as nice as Sage, because Sage does beautiful work. I might come distant, maybe a nice copy. Try my best to, in my own way, pay homage to what she did. We'll see how it goes. Let me come from the bottom up. Let's do that. So I'm just pulling the chalk paste right along. Get more on here. Right through the silk screen. Hopefully it's not going to be an epic fail, but we shall see. A little bit more. Just being careful that I don't catch this line over here in the 31 for October 31. Whew. That wax is really, really strong. Ooh, my. Okay. Alright. Okay. That is our first two lines, so let's see. And we should only need two for the hat, so I'm just going to use this side and the other side. Okay, perfect. And again, it does not have to be perfect. It's going to be a little vintagey, a little distressed, which is what we're aiming for here. Let's give that a quick dry. It's a very porous surface, so it should dry our chalk paste very quickly. Already dried. Okay. And let's slide that out of the way. Just don't want to get that in the way of my heat gun. And then we're just going to add two more lines onto the other side, and that's going to be his hat, believe it or not. Just going to kind of eyeball this. I'm the worst with lining things up. I always just kind of do it by eyeballing it, and that's probably not the smartest thing to do, but we're going to just give it a whirl. And hope for the best that it comes out sort of even, hopefully. But again, it does not have to be 100% perfect, you know? Nothing in life is 100% perfect. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Just making sure I don't have any bubbles, because it looks like I've got a little bit of shadowing going on there, but let's see. There's one, and we have one more to go, and then his hat will be done. Again, I'm just trying to be careful because the October 31st is, there's a very thin line right there, so I'm just trying to be careful that I don't get any red on that thin line where the October 31st is. And hopefully this project will be great for today and take us all the way right up through 4th of July. Okay. Let's pull that back. There we go. Now we've got the top of his hat. I'm just going to lay this down right here. Now, here's where the interesting part comes into play. We're going to see how this is going to work. Because originally, his hat's a little off-center, but that's okay. Originally, I was going to try fur for his beard, but I didn't have enough fur. So, came up with the next best thing. That's already dried, believe it or not. Oop, there went the paper towels. Okay, so the next best thing that I did was, I actually have this old, not old, it's, oh, I had some chalk chalk paste on my finger, and I just got it on my pillow. Not that it matters, because what I was about getting ready to say is this pillow is one of the bullseye section pillows that I really didn't care for too much. So I figured instead of it going to waste, I would just, oh wow, I got red chalk paste everywhere. So hold on, let me just clean that up before it gets really everywhere. Give me one sec. Let me just get that off because I got a little bit on my mat here, and before you know it, it's going to wind up being on my shirt and everywhere else. So let me get that off real quick. Just need a little bit of water because I know I'll be wearing that in a minute. There we go. It comes right off with water, so no worries, but I just didn't want to wear it on my shirt because that's where it was going to wind up. Okay, sorry. Little distraction there. Anyway, back to the pillow. So I figured since I didn't really care for the pillow, it was, like I said, $3 at the bullseye section. I might as well make use of the stuffing, right? So I use the stuffing for different projects, for little pillows and things like that. So it's going to come in great handy for today's beard. So that's what we're going to use it for. So I'm just going to move my squeegee out of the way because I feel like I'm an accident waiting to happen with the candy apple red today. So let's close that up and get that out of the way. And what then I'm going to do is bring in my glue gun. And I'm going to just start, come on glue gun, come over here. I'm going to just start putting a little bit, this is a brand new glue gun, so we're going to test it out here. Are you going to come out? There we go. Just going to put a little bit of glue gun down, a little glue down here at the bottom. And then we're just going to kind of lay some of this down and put it around. Hopefully this is going to stick. We're going to see how this is going to work. Do a little bit more over here before that dries. I don't know. We're going to see how this is going to work. I don't know if the glue sticks is going to be the best way to go with this. We're going to see how this is going to work. We'll see. We'll see together. I'm just going to keep trying to add in more. And if I need to stick some more glue in here, then that is what we shall do. Okay, I need another glue stick. Let me grab that real quick. Grab a couple while I'm over here. Get a couple handy. And I'm not really doing any rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of plopping it on. Let me get another glue stick in here. I'm just kind of pushing it down. Trying not to burn myself. Let's get a big heaping mound. Now I've got a nice big glue stick in there. Let's get a good amount down here. We're just going to take it all the way up. I'm going to cover this whole bottom. Come on, glue. There we go. There's a nice big piece. Let's get that in there. Make quick work of this. You know, for $3 you can't beat it to get all this fluff out of here, out of the inside of the pillow. So this worked out perfectly. Even better than the fur would have, I think. So we're almost to the top, right where his hat's gonna be. Let's get a little bit more. And then I can come back in and fill in some pieces if we need to. Get a little more glue. Okay. Just gonna pull that across. There we go. We got that right up to the top there. There's his nice big fluffy beard. Okay. That looks pretty good, I think. All right, and what, you can't forget his little nose. So let's get his nose in there. Get a good amount of glue on there. Get his nose in there. Okay, all right. come to shape here. Okay, now we need some nice ribbon to kind of go across. I think that would look pretty good if we go across with some ribbon. I wish I had like a, you know what I need? I don't think I have it. Like a cool stick would be really nice to make the brim of his hat. I was trying to think if I had something, but I don't. So what would be really cool here is if you had like a painter's stick to go right across, and you could maybe do some buffalo check on it. I do not have a painter's stick, but that would be a great substitute. So I'm just gonna have to probably just go ahead with some ribbon because that's really all I have. But I did get a couple, let me just see if this is the ribbon I want to go with. Got that ribbon. I think this is too thin. This ribbon I think is too thin. It's very patriotic, but it's too thin. Yeah, that's gonna be too thin for here. I need something nice and chunky. So I think that we are gonna have to go with this one. So let's keep that off to the side. So we'll cut this to size. Got my scissors. Where are you, scissors? Scissors, scissors. Oh, we're over here. I have to think of where everything is now. I'm all turned around. Cut off some of this. Darn, I wish I had a painter stick. That would be so cute to put the painter stick on there. Well, we'll just have to go this route for now. But we could always come back and change it out. I could just easily remove the ribbon and change it out for sure. Just make sure I have this going across where I want it to. Whoop! Don't want it to fall. Okay. Let's get that here. Need a little more glue. There we go. Hold that in place. Okay. We're getting there. Now any of this fluff that's falling off, we can kind of just stick back in place by adding a little bit more glue and pushing it down. I really need a stick. I really want to go the route of the stick. That's going to bother me. So I'm going to probably hunt around the house for a piece of wood because I really want to do it that way. I really want the wood to come out across to make it look like more like a top hat. But I love the bottom half. And so then also what I have is a little star. How about a little star? Should we go with the little star? And then I have a really big star. I think the big star is going to be a little obnoxious, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that's actually not too bad. So maybe I'm gonna just distress that a little bit, and I'm gonna distress that with some of our chalk paste. So let me get some bark. And I'm gonna get one of my dauber things, and I'm just gonna pull some chalk paste off of here, just to get on my dauber here. And I'm just gonna distress the edges of this just to make it look a little bit more vintagey. See what I'm doing there? Just to add some texture to the edge of the star, so that it's just not. Otherwise, it's just kind of plain and boring. So you want to kind of jazz it up, make it look a little vintagey. So we're just going to use some of the bark color chalk paste to give some dimension to the star. Make it look a little vintagey there. And then we can hot glue that right on. I'm definitely going to look for wood. That is going to drive me nuts. Okay, just add a little bit. Okay, see how that just kind of changed it up a little bit to make it look a little vintagey. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. So put the star away, clean that off. Got a little something in his beard. Okay, so we can hot glue the star maybe right over here. We'll do that right onto the ribbon. Just watch your fingers, that gets a little hot. So there we go. I've got hot glue stuck everywhere here. All right, let's give him a whirl. Let's see what we think. I think he's just about done. I think his beard came out pretty good. I'm gonna get just a little bit more glue down here. Let's do this. Get a little bit more down there to hold that in. There we go. Just to hold that down there at the bottom. Now we could definitely add some more embellishments if we wanted to the top. We could do some stars. We could do whatever we wanted to jazz up the top of his hat. I mean, I have a few of these, so we could definitely put some more of these around if we wanted to, some little wooden hearts, but that's it. I just definitely want to come in and find a painter's stick and change out the ribbon and make it a little bit longer so that it looks more like a top hat. That's my only critique with how it came out, but otherwise I think I love him. He looks so cute. But that's it. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging in there, and thank you to Sage for her inspiration. I think this came out so adorable. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.